Next up, a creator's journey to success. And today's special guest, we have Edward Mawere. Okay, yeah. Edward, tell us about yourself in the curriculum.
No, yeah. So I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I don't know if you can tell. I'm from Brooklyn, New York, born and raised. My mom is from Zimbabwe. My dad's from North Carolina. My stepfather's from Ghana. So there's just a whole bunch of influences going on. I'm an actor. I've been doing this since I was 12. I run the Jokes on Eddie Instagram page, and that's kind of how people know me. And I use that term loosely because, like, you know, not everybody know me, but you know, the people like know of me.
I wouldn't know this man if I looked him in the face across the street.
Like, you know what I mean? But like, it's so weird because like some like when I used to be going to rehearsal and stuff, like some people would be like, "Oh, the Jokes on Eddie," but that's only in New York. Like I feel like that's only really happened like in New York. So shout out to New York. But yeah, I'm an actor, I'm an improviser, sketch writer, or just like a regular writer. I just like funny shit. But that's basically it, I guess. I'm like
So when did this kind of acting bug bite you?
I would say probably like when I first saw The Lion King, because I had seen shows before that. Like I saw, maybe I shouldn't like name it since that wasn't the show that inspired me. But like I've seen shows before The Lion King, but it was like The Lion King when I was like, no, because this is a production. And again, that wasn't my first Broadway show, but it was the first Broadway show where I was impressed. Even at like a young age. Because I feel like I didn't see The Lion King until like, I don't know, like I was at the very least 7 years old, if not like 9 or 10.
Right.
So yeah, I saw The Lion King and I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. I really want to do this. But I used to stutter really bad as a kid. So like I didn't really understand like how that would work. Like I just knew that like that was something that I wanted to do. And a few years later, maybe, I found this theater company for people who stutter. It used to be called Our Time, but now they've kind of opened up their programming to incorporate kids who don't necessarily want to do theater. So now they're called the Stuttering Association of the Young, but it was there where I started acting. Like I was writing plays, we were writing songs, we were performing them in like New York theaters. Like we were, you know what I mean? Like we were renting out like these like really cool New York theaters and like performing it for the public. And like we even had like a one-act play festival where like you write your own plays and then they hire real actors to act them out, and then like they present those to the thing. So like I joined them when I was 12. So that's what I'm saying. Like when I was 12, I started the whole acting thing. Thanks to, you know, God showing me the way to Our Time.
Catch him. Catch him.
Child, I'm over here sweating. It's fine. It's fine.
It's all right. It's the glow. It's the glow.
It's the glow. No, yeah.
No.
I don't know. We just have to say, I don't know why we're both so nervous. Like we're really good friends, but like
it's because we know we're scared of what we might say.
I know, that's the problem. I'm really trying to like No, yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
I'm afraid. So I just want to talk about you being in this amazing and hilarious Apple commercial that has gotten over that has gotten over 1 million views at this point, I'm sure. So
oh yeah, girl, we're like up there. It's crazy.
I'm waiting on a series.
No,
so,
I mean me too.
Child. I said, oh, this is Eddie in real life. Like, y'all don't understand. Yeah. This is him in real life. Asking the FaceTime call. Yeah. Hello?
Like, wait. No, yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, the Apple commercials are cool. I did the first, so I don't. So it's kind of like a series called The Underdogs, and all of them are on YouTube for the most part. Like we did like a couple like smaller ones in between the two major ones. But like my very first Apple commercial, I booked it out of LA. It was my first LA booking, and they flew us to Mexico for 10 days. Where we filmed that first Apple commercial. Like these commercials are kind of set up like short films. They're called like ad films.
Yeah.
So that first commercial was I think like 3 minutes long. But like we were filming for 10 days, like in Mexico, like carrying on. It was amazing. It was like I've never experienced anything like that in my life. And they, you know, they take really good care of you. I mean, they got the money to, so they might as well.
Yeah.
And then, and then the second like major Apple commercial, because we did like smaller ones in the series, but those ones were kind of like marketed more so towards like employees, like in particular, like or employers mainly. I was like, you know, like this is how our stuff works. So it's kind of like that weird kind of industrial type kind of commercial. And then we did this new one that just came out called Work From Home.
Yes.
And it's crazy because we filmed it at home, like each of us in our individual homes. That's how I got this beautiful blue wall because,
come on,
you know,
twins.
Twins. Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like we have these walls, but the art department sent over a whole bunch of stuff for me. Like they would say, hey, like, can you paint your walls? Is that okay? Like, can we send you furniture and things? So like they sent everything to the house, like anything that I could have needed. Like they even sent like sanitizing wipes and all of that stuff. And they gave me all of like, we filmed it on the iPhone. So like they gave me like everything that I needed to kind of like do it. And then we had like Video Village on Zoom. So like we had like the director in one ear pod, and then the other ear pod is like the actor, like the other actors in the scene. So it was like, it was crazy. But like, and my mom was in it.
Oh yeah, boo boo.
So it was like, I hope I'm being clear, but like, yeah, like,
yeah, no.
like that's kind of what happened. So yeah, they're called The Underdogs, Apple Underdogs. There's 2 on YouTube, and I think the 7-minute one is the most recent one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's super funny and super hilarious. So speaking of being funny and hilarious again, how did the jokes on Eddie start? I feel like people need to know.
Oh yeah, well, the jokes on Eddie started because it was a way for me to like vent my frustration to the industry. Like, especially like at that point I was living in Chicago, and while that environment is very like, it's great. Like, you know what I mean? I just felt like it was a little cliquish, but like what industry isn't cliquish, I guess? I just think that because the industry in Chicago is so small, I can kind of feel the weight of the cliques, and just always kind of feeling passed over for roles and things like that, just because like, oh, like you're not from Chicago, or like we know this person, or like you can understudy for us, and it's like, okay. And it's like nothing wrong with understudying, but it's just like, give me a chance. Like to do something. So it was kind of bred out of my frustration that I was experiencing, particularly in Chicago. And then like as I moved around, it just became like every experience that I was having. And it was made as like a burner account. Like I didn't think anyone was gonna follow it. It was literally just a way for me to just vent my feelings. And like I wasn't even like the face of the thing. Like it was like, who was this jokes on Eddie? Like no one knew who it was. It was just like, what the F? And then like I started getting traction. I made the Lion King meme. That was the first. That was the one that like, and it got like 8,000 views in a day or some crazy thing like that. And I was like, cool. I was like, cool. So yeah, it's weird. So that's why I made it. If that was the question, right? See, it's the going on a tangent for me. Yeah. So
the people need to know. Yeah.
And it's opened great opportunities for me too, which is crazy. Like, who would think that making memes and just like kind of complaining will make people like you?
Oh no, son. So my next question is, as a Black man in the industry, what are some things that you would like to see changed? going forward?
As a Black man in the industry, I think it will be cool for Black people to be given a chance to play roles that aren't tropes, or like in like these like precarious or like compromising situations. Like, it would be fun to just be like a person on stage. It's like, yeah, like I'm a Black person. Like, obviously, like, we're not gonna ignore that fact, but it's like, we don't always have to call reference to my race. Like, if you're gonna cast me, like, just cast me, and like, we don't ever have to talk about race. Like, this role could have been played by anybody. It just happened to be I was the best actor for the part. But like, what does that even mean? Because it's more than just the best actor for the part, right? So like, so I just think that it would be cool to just have like these, like, just access, like unbiased access to all of the roles, like every single one. Like, if there's not a color, like if there's not a color specification, like, call me in for it anyway. Like, I don't have to be only called in for the roles that's like, he's an African-American male. What other roles are there that's not harping on race? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's the breakdowns for me.
Yeah, it's the breakdowns. And like, we can blame whoever we want to blame for the breakdowns, but we do it too. So
yeah, very true.
Like, but yeah, that's what I would like to see. I would just like to see just like, and also just, I guess, a more nuanced approach to hiring Black people too. Like, understanding like colorism is a thing. So like, yeah, I was gonna go into another tangent, and then I thought about it, and I was like,
I said, "Oh, we get serious,
right?
Serious." No, we're gonna we're definitely gonna have Edward back for that.
No, yeah, for that. No. After we get off the Zoom, I'll let you know what I was talking about, because I'm just like, this is. But like, I just feel like there needs to be like an attention to like, especially when playwrights put like color specifications like in their plays. I think that sometimes like those nuances aren't quite picked up. And it's like, no, but they're all Black. And it's like, yeah, but if the story is based on colorism, then perhaps
maybe change it.
Like,
or as you would say it,
like, no, but you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll flush that out.
So let's talk about the Broadway Remix Challenge. It literally was from a post to everybody that wanted to be on Broadway was like, this is my time to shine.
Yes,
how did that come about?
I found this app called Voisey, and it's like, like that music app where like you can like sing, and they have like all these beats and stuff, and you can like put your voice through all of these different pop filters and things like that. And I like, I'm always irreverent about everything. So I was just like, was like, oh, like, I don't know. I don't even know how I did it. I was just like singing a song, and it happened to be like a musical theater song. And I was like, oh, this is kind of funny. So like, I saved the video. I didn't post it. I saved the video, and I sent it to my friend Tabetha Mentabansu, and I was like, girl, like, isn't this kind of funny? And she was like, yes, oh my God, like, you should post it. But I was like, girl, I'm not posting this. Like, I'm not, like, you know what I mean? But she was like, Eddie, like, no, like, you should definitely post it. Like, post it. Call it, like, the Broadway Remix Challenge. So I'm like, all right, Tabetha, like, what do we have to lose? Like, we're already in quarantine anyway. I'm like, if they don't view it, I'll just take it off. You know what I mean? I'll just archive the video. Like, it's fine. Like, if it doesn't get any views. And all of a sudden, people start, like, I'm starting to see like people are doing it. People are doing it. Yes. And then like a day after, it's probably like 500 people like using the hashtag, and then it kept growing and growing. And then Michael Kilgore did it, and then Tabetha did hers, and then Destiny did hers. Like everybody was doing. Like I was like, wait a daggone minute. I think Crystal Lloyd did one. Nikki Renee Daniels did one, and I was just like, shout out to the Black woman. You see what I'm saying? Amber Sykes did it. Oh my God. Amber Sykes did this amazing Jamie is over. Jamie is one of, Jason Robert Brown. Child. Like, I was just like, it was so crazy. And And it was like one of those things where it's like, yo, like even that crazy thought, like even that really random thing in the back of your mind can actually touch so many lives. Like it can actually like be fun, and it was like a fleeting thought. Like it wasn't anything, but I was preparing for it, and I was like, I'm gonna make this Broadway challenge. I was about to eat the video. Like, you know what I mean? I was just like, hey girl, like I'm just showing you, like, look at this stupid shit. Like, imagine if Sondheim was ghetto. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. It just became this thing, like a little tiny piece of imagination. And like it blew up into this thing, and people writing articles and shit. And I'm just like, like, cool, like, you know. But yeah, it was really fun, and like it really came out of nowhere. Like I just was sitting in the house being bored.
Yeah, and see, guys, that's where the magic happens.
Period. And that's on period.
Mm-hmm. Get off your butt.
Get up, up.
Take it.
It's this for me, Tabetha. Like, it's the dance move for me.
Yeah. I use my shoulders sometimes.
Oh, okay, a little shoulderography.
Okay. So what advice would you give someone that is just starting out creating their own content like you?
I would say just do it. Kind of like what I was saying with the Broadway Remix Challenge. Like, you never know what stupid, crazy idea or idea that you feel is stupid or crazy that can actually be a blessing to somebody else, that can actually like impact somebody, and then they share that video, you know. So I'm just like, follow your instincts, follow your heart, and just like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like I was learning how to make the memes and the formatting as I was doing it, but like you only kind of learn through doing, like, you know what I mean? Like you can get training and all the other stuff, but like you have to really do it. So I'm just like, just do it. Like, F it. Like, do you have a thought? Write it down. Like, that's all writing is writing thoughts, right? If you have a thought, write it down. If you think something is funny, share it, provided it's like, you know, within the guidelines of the people's court so that you don't get canceled. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just do it. Just have fun. Like internet, I mean, well, not internet is free, but like Instagram and all that other stuff is free. It costs you nothing to post your stuff. And then you never know who might see it.
That's awesome. Yeah. So there's a funny thing about Eddie.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
He makes up words.
I do be making up words.
And
to be fair, Shakespeare made up words too.
Right. The greatness lives within.
Okay.
It's attached. So where do you kind of get your humor from?
I feel like a lot of my humor kind of like it's a marriage of like both of my parents. Like I feel like a lot of it comes from like my dad's like crass sense of humor, and then like my mom's kind of like silly kind of sense of humor. So like that's kind of like where you get these two like polar opposites like energies. But like I think it's just from like watching things from like cause like from when I was young, like it's funny. I'll tell you a story. Like I love the Golden Girls. And I always thought that it was my mom who put me onto the Golden Girls. And like one day we were watching it and she was like, you know that you're the one who put me onto this show. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, I came home one day and you were watching it. And then I started watching it with you. Like, and she was like, you were the one who started. So it's like, even when I was young, I was watching like, I guess like comedy that like I guess I shouldn't be watching. Like in hindsight, it's kind of like, oh, some of these jokes are a little whatever, but like they were going straight over my head. So like it but it was like the nuances and like the comedic timing. Like I think about B. Arthur a lot, and just like, you know, how she'll be like boom boom, and it's like the line itself isn't funny, but it's the inflection, it's like the beats that she's taking. Like comedy is very much like a mathematical like solution, I guess you can say, or like a problem or whatever. I didn't do well in math, I don't know. But it's just like, you know, like it's very much like there's a system to it. So I think because I was like watching things like Martin and Living Single and like really like learning these nuances, I think that between my crazy parents and all that other stuff kind of influenced my humor too. And also being first gen, there's so many things that I find funny that other people don't find funny. Just because like just culturally, because I'm just like, oh, like this is funny because you know, whatever. But yeah, like I don't know, like I think I've always kind of, and I think part of my humor too is that like I'm very like I said, I'm very irreverent. So like, not that like I'm like poking fun at people, but like I'm usually just like taking situations from my life and kind of just like, isn't this like this is fucked up, but also this is funny.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, of course this happened to me. That's why it's
Mm-hmm.
called the jokes on Eddie, because it will always be like, of fucking course. Like, of course this happened to me. Like, of course.
My favorite meme is when you're like going into an audition and they ask you to dance. And she was like, when they asked you to sing. Yeah, when they asked you, I was like, I just came here to dance.
I came here to dance. Like, I don't, what is this, honey? And that's the thing.
I didn't bring my jazz shoes.
I didn't bring all of the other stuff. Mm-hmm. Is the voice enough for now?
Yeah. It's my 16 bars. All right. And
that's on period, because y'all shouldn't have called me in if y'all knew it was about to be dance. Like, period. I'm over it.
Right. So my next question is, what are some words of wisdom that you live by to this day?
Words of wisdom that I live by to this day.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know who said it. And I guess that's why it's a wise word. But, because, you know, they always say, but somebody said, you have survived 100% of the time. Like your success rate is 100%. Like, you've survived every hard and traumatic thing that you've ever been through. So it's just like, keep pushing. Like, you already have such a good success rate. Like, if you want to think about numbers, if you want to have anxiety about like, well, this is how it works, 2 + 2 is 4. Well, you should also know about how statistics work. And statistically, you have survived 100% of the time. Like, that's the logic. Like, that's the truth as well. And I always think about that, because every time, and you know me, I'm so dramatic, so I'm like, Lord, how am I going to make it through this thing, Lord Jesus? Like, how am I going to make it through this time? And then I'll just be reminded, like, you made it through the other times. And that's the thing. And like, sometimes I'll be feeling like I'm being reckless. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like sometimes I use that as like a way to spend money. Like, I'll be like, well, the check is going to come eventually. Like, you know what I mean? But like,
might as well spend it. Yeah.
Might as well spend it now. But like, no, but seriously though, I feel like a lot of the way that I get through is just knowing that, like, well, God got me through last time. Like, I didn't know the answers, and then all of a sudden something shifted. Mm-hmm. And it can be hard waiting for that shift. I will say that. Like, it's definitely like the waiting game. But as long as you remember what you asked for and you know what it looks like, or you know what I mean? Like, you just have to be in rest knowing that what I prayed for is coming, and it will announce itself when it's here. And in the meantime, I can read some books, I can focus on myself, I can take a class, I can write some things, because there's still work to be done, even if it's not the work that you necessarily want to be doing. You know, Denzel Washington said that, like, being an actor, like, the acting work is more than learning monologues and doing all this stuff. It's about, you know, finding out who you are and traveling and figuring out experiences, like all the things that make you a 3-dimensional human being makes you a fantastic actor.
Well.
So well for me, Tabetha.
I'm going to go. I'm going
to head out. No,
I'm going to go in the bushes, because that was, Right? If you didn't feel that in your...
If you didn't feel the atmosphere, shit.
Yeah.
This is why I was nervous, because now it's gonna be just nuances and us throwing idiosyncrasies at each other. I'm just using words that probably, like, I sound like I just got out of jail. Like, I'm just using words.
No, Eddie is literally the type of person that uses like the realm and the derivative and be like, but
No, because, you know, I read an article and they were saying like 90% of language is inflection.
Yeah.
So like I always like, and it's like, you know, when acting class, they always make you do like those gibberish exercises. Yeah. And it's true.
Yeah. He took those gibberish classes and was like, language.
That's okay, because when I write my own Game of Thrones and like y'all see all of these random words, because that's the thing.
Yeah, true.
You had to make up, like, what the hell is a Westeros? And what is this? Valeria and shit like that.
Right.
What are all these things that you making up? Like, fuck it, I'm gonna make it up too. Shakespeare made up words all the damn time just to fit the scansion. Everybody is making up words. Shit.
So before we really get into the derivative of things and really just get into the impromptu of who we are.
You see, but the joke is, you know, this is what she's saying. Like, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah. All of it makes sense this is why it was so interesting to just interview Eddie, because we literally have our own language towards each other. And if you would have saw us in the street, you would have been like, what did they just say? Because I feel stupid. And it's like, you do.
My God.
You should.
Oh my goodness. And the thing is, like, we'll be on the phone and like we'll catch ourselves like trying to really be clear, and then like someone will be like, hey, sorry, can you use real words? Because I just can't get it.
I can't understand you. I literally catch myself kind of talking to my other friends and being like, ooh, I can't say that because now they're going to think I'm dumb.
Like, ooh, the realm.
Yeah.
And it's like every morning we wake up to a Tabetha text talking about the damn realm. The realm is sleep.
Yeah, the realm is sleep.
People like, child, I was deep in the realm, honey.
Yeah, man, it's a lot.
The thing is, and it's crazy because I didn't turn off my air conditioner until right before this interview. And it happens to me every time, but this is like, I don't like the yellow wall downstairs. I love this blue wall.
Yeah.
So I always have to suffer in the heat. Because I don't want the air conditioner. My air conditioners be like, I've had these air conditioners, so they don't be silent like the new ones. So it really,
but they really be pumping it out. Yeah. They really be, pumping it out and stuff.
Yeah, no, because I think one time we were talking. He was like, "What's that noise in the background?" I was like, "I'm sorry, it's my air conditioner."
Yeah. Oh man. So what are some of your favorite roles that you have played so far?
Ooh.
He does this too. It's the songs for me.
Oh, it's the songs, right?
Yeah.
Jesus. I loved playing Sutter and Booty Candy. That was actually like my dream role. So that was really cool. Booty Candy by Robert O'Hara. Also, my favorite role was also the roles that I played in 1 and 2.
Yes. If y'all haven't seen 1 and 2, you missed out. They had a virtual streaming of it, and it was amazing. I was being real shady because I wanted Eddie to play number 1.
Yeah, and it's so funny. So 1 and 2 was by Dange R. Love. He's a fantastic playwright. And the way that the show is structured, I'm not gonna like give anything away, but the way the show is structured is that the audience chooses who plays track 1, 2, and 3. And like people always ask, oh, like, did you know before? Like, do they tell you when you come in for half hour? And it's like, we don't know who we're playing until about 20 minutes into the play, and the audience literally claps the loudest for who they want to play number 1. And then we play a real game of rock, paper, scissors to figure out who's gonna play number 2 and 3. Yeah. So in short, I had to know all 89 pages of that bad boy. And had to be 89. Yeah, all 89 pages of that bad boy, and had to be ready to go for any role at any time. And mind you, like, it was only 3 actors, and it was 3 actors, 3 tracks. We just didn't know which track we were playing each day. So like some days I'll play number 1, some days I'll play 2, some days I'll play 3. Some characters got more lines than others. But I love it. I love it because I kind of feel like a titan. Yeah. Like I feel like, yes, like I did that, like slay. Yeah.
Look, add a couple of more pages, it's a movie at this point.
That's on period. Like, this is definitely an episode of Black Mirror. So if Netflix is watching, call Dange.
Yes.
And make sure that I'm in the
rigadum. You're casted. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I need to be a deglettate. Making up fuck words. Like, what the fuck
also,
is that?
Do Not Steal the Deglutates. That's our movie coming out soon.
No, I know. That's all right. It's on video now. It's on video now. So I hereby, I own the rights.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. This, like, oh no. Lord, we're carrying.
Oh, no. This is like, we're about to get to the last question.
Oh, okay.
No, because as the people would know, me and Eddie met on Instagram. Like, that's the most insane part of all of this. Yes. I watched his stuff and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna message him. Like, his stuff is really, really funny. And then I was like, I wasn't thinking anything about it. I was like, I'm just trying to be nice. And then we just started talking to each other. And it just exploded into just meeting other
Animal
people.
Crossing help.
Yes, yeah. Animal Crossing, yeah. He's like, you got a Switch? Yeah.
Yeah, because that's when people was trying to throw shade at Switches. It was like the only two of us.
Yeah.
And then by the end of quarantine, we got like 8 friends who got Switches now.
Yeah.
And we're like, where was you eat?
Yeah, what was And that expanded to so many other people, like Robert, who was on here before, Elgin, so many other Akai, just so many awesome, people. It was what you did. It was what you did.
No. This is what I was saying. I'm literally just, I was trying to give you like a pleasant face, like,
no.
Like, shout out our friends.
Yeah.
Shout out our friends.
Yeah. No.
The shade is, I was trying to figure out who's going to add extra to the list. That's the gotcha.
Oh.
It's the shade. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm like, whose name is she going to
take it out? Take it out. Take it out.
I know. I'm carrying.
So many awesome, amazing people that we have all met through
Instagram Live.
Yes, Instagram Live. If you haven't checked out Eddie's like super hilarious lives, it is so awesome. So my last question. Truly it is. My last question for you would be, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Living, I hope. Girl, I don't know. Like, I used to do that. I used to be like, oh, I want to see and I don't really see myself anywhere. I see myself in purpose. Like, I just like, I would like to see myself deeper in my purpose. Like, I would like to see myself operating and doing things that are directly related to my purpose. Like, and I just want to be deeper than I am now. Like, I feel like I'm at a place where I wanted to be. Like, I was like, cool, like, this is it. Like, this is my true career. Now it's like, I want to just be deeper in it. Like, I want to really like immerse myself and really be like a true vegetarian.
Yeah.
No, but like, yeah, like, I just think like in 5 years from now, just like not broke.
Yes.
Very, like, you know, successful, whatever success may mean for me in 5 years. And just doing work, still working. That's what I want. Like, still working, still doing plays and movies and commercials and TV shows. Like, that's where I see myself in 5 years.
That's awesome.
Provided the Lord don't take us home. How I'm like, is this about to be the last year? Ooh, you see the devil trying to attack my eyelids. Help me, Holy Ghost. People are not watching this interview, child. They're gonna see me and be like, you know what? No, I mean, no, everything.
No, it's so funny because this is Eddie 24/7. He is completely himself all the time. It's just like, oh, this how he act on the regular. Yeah, this is it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, and that's how people keep. That's the thing. But people keep for me because of that.
Yes,
because they just like Eddie will say it.
Yeah, and it's and you really will. It's so funny. Eddie is so ready. If something's going wrong with you, he's like, so when we gonna do it? Who is this? Who I gotta fight?
Who do we have to fight?
Yeah. Yes, and he gonna come singing, and it's gonna be scary because
Well,
you're not gonna know.
we have to be prepared like the children of Israel outside of the Jericho walls. Okay, we need to have a timbrel and a dance. We need to have a march around the city walls. There needs to be a dance and an exaltation aid.
I was following until you said today, yeah. And I was just like, again, am I dumb? Because it sounds correct.
Just so close. So close.
This is why it's gonna be real hard for me when I book something, because I'm gonna be like, oh man, they just got
when they
me.
pull up this interview, they're gonna be like, so do you need an evaluation before we even like, because what are these words? What are these words?
I'll be like, thank you for the unconvenience of, your grandeur long.
Is she all right? Like, does she know she's not speaking a real word?
Oh, no, it sounds, I'm going to make sure it sounds correct, but I'm going to make them, So, well, guys, this is my last episode of The Next Up, and I am so grateful to just have my really good friend Eddie to be on today.
Yes.
We will be back, hopefully in September. I am working on a couple of things. Another project will be out very soon. And yeah, so Eddie, can you tell people your Instagram, your social media?
Yes, my Instagram is @thejokes on Eddie. Literally THC, I was gonna say the THEJOKESONEDDIE. Jesus, it's the spelling for me, Lord. And then like from there, like all of my other social media, like you can just like click and drag and paste or whatever. It's there.
A paintament, yeah.
Don't add me on Facebook if I don't know you.
Look. For the people that's trying to holler at the 10 men on my thing, I'm watching y'all. They are my friends.
We're watching.
They're my friends, okay?
And that's okay. It's just that, Facebook just seems more like personal. Like I'm just like, Instagram, yeah, follow me. But like, I don't know. But
No, but I love every single one of the amazing and super talented men that have been on The Next Up. You guys are awesome. You guys are just such a light in this industry. And it's awesome that I get to even have a platform like this to kind of show you guys off and just be like, look, we here. Okay, we coming to take your jobs because it's already.
And I mean, like, look, Tabetha, like you came up with this idea while we were on the phone. You literally was like, hey, like, I was thinking about doing this thing. And I was like, yeah, girl, whatever, go ahead and do it. Like, and like all of a sudden you're on like episode 6. And I'm like, wait a damn minute. Like, when did you do that? Like,
I'll be talking to Eddie and he's like, what you doing? Oh, I'm about to have an interview. Girl, you had one yesterday. Like, I know.
And the thing is, I'm only pissed because I want to talk to my friend. But I'm like, okay, girl, go be great. Like, I hate when my friends are booked. Like,
let me tell you something before we end this. When Eddie is booked, you don't see him. He a ghost. It's just like, I'm alive. Boof.
Not next to normal. I just caught that reference. I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm shaking.
Man. So guys, thank you so much for all of your support. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you again for all the amazing guests who was on the show today. I'm Tabetha McNeal. This is The Next Up, and I will see you guys in September for season 2. Season 2 will be all about the amazing and talented Black women in the industry, giving them a platform to talk about whatever they want. The queens of the industry, let's say.
Amen.
And come on. And now we are closing with the kings of the industry. Again, I'm Tabetha McNeal. This is The Next Up. I'll see you guys in September. Bye.
Bye.